Yesterday, we had the CEO of the biggest AI company in the entire world talking about Bittensor and what is being built on their network. Yes, the CEO of Nvidia talking about the #1 AI token in crypto, which is Bittensor TAO. In this video, we're going to talk about the implications, what this means for TAO price action, why it pumped overnight to over $300. What this means for the long term, and also Bittensor subnets. Is there value in digging in there and potentially placing some capital into some of the top projects being built on Bittensor? So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. And as always, guys, be sure to drop down below, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel for more. We're coming at you 5 times a week with everything you need to win across the crypto markets in the short, medium, and long term. And just hit that like button down below. It helps us get in front of more like-minded investors just like yourself. And let's go ahead and jump into the video, and also we'll shout out a sponsor quickly, which is BitGet. If you need a place to trade, BitGet is the place for you. One of the most underrated exchanges in the entire industry, because you can trade 24/7 BitGet stock perps. Yes, the stock market 24/7 trading on perps. One of the world's first tokenized stock perpetual contracts. And yes, you can also long or short tons of cryptos, but you can also long and short global equities using USDT. This is massive, and you can obviously trade hundreds of crypto pairs. If you want to sign up for BitGet, you can use the link down below in the description, deposit to earn either a $10 bonus on your first order, and also long-term, you can earn up to $8,000 depending on your trade activity. So go ahead and drop down below to the link in the description and check out BitGet. Now, let's jump right into the video and to the alpha, because obviously Bitcoin didn't really do much over the last 24 hours. It's up 1%. It's down 3% over the course of the week after the Jerome Powell rate, the FOMC meeting. But we are seeing Bittensor TAO move quite aggressively, back up 13% today, and did hit $307 overnight. And a lot of people were probably wondering, well, what was this catalyst? I mean, Bitcoin's hardly moving, and now we see Bittensor TAO on the run again, eclipsing 300 overnight at about 1:30 a.m. last night. This thing was at 307 on the charts. The main reason for this is, look, Bittensor is stretching way past crypto. We have the CEO of Nvidia. By the way, not only just the world's #1 AI company, the world's most valuable company, talking about Bittensor TAO. Now, I want to play a little bit of this clip and just show you, some of the tech being built on Bittensor TAO. TAO's the layer that everything's built on. They're basically the infrastructure for these AI subnets to come in and build on their network, which is incredibly bullish for the Bittensor TAO token. But they're alluding to some of the tech that is being built on TAO. Let's go ahead and listen to the CEO of Nvidia talking about Bittensor subnets.
We have these open weight models. Many of the Chinese models are incredible, absolutely incredible. 2 days ago, you may not have seen this because you were busy on stage, but there was a training run that happened in this crypto project called Bittensor. Subnet 3, they managed to train a 4 billion parameter llama model, totally distributed, with a bunch of people contributing excess compute. But they were able to do it statefully and manage a training run, which I thought was like a pretty crazy technical accomplishment.
Yeah.
Because it's like random people, and each person gets a little share.
Our modern version of folding at home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the end state of open source? Do you see this decentralization of architecture as well, and decentralization of compute to support open weights and a totally open source approach to making sure AI is broadly available to everyone?
I believe we fundamentally need models as a first-class product, proprietary product, as well as models as open source. These two things are not A or B, it's A and B. There's no question about it. And the reason for that is because models is a technology, not a product. Models a technology, not a service. For the vast majority of consumers, the horizontal layer, the general intelligence, I would really, really love not to go fine tune my own.
Right.
I would really love to keep using ChatGPT. I love to use Claude. I love to use Gemini. I love to use X. And they all have their own personalities, as you know, which just kind of depends on my mood and depends on what problem I'm trying to solve. I might, do it on X, or I might do it on ChatGPT. And so that segment of the industry is thriving. It's going to be great. However, all these industries, their domain expertise, their specialization has to be channeled, has to be captured in a way that they can control. And that it can only come from open models. The open model industry, we're contributing tremendously to. It is near the frontier. And quite frankly, even if it reaches the frontier.
So what they're saying here is how important decentralized models are going to be moving forward as open source decentralization. And this is actually going down specifically on a Bittensor TAO subnet. Let's go over some of the details that they just talked about, and also why this is actually so important to the future of TAO, and also the subnet that they are alluding to. And as I tweeted here, this is not AI. This is real, okay? This is literally the CEO of Nvidia sitting down with Chamath talking about Bittensor TAO subnets and some of the tech that's being built, and how important decentralized AI models and autonomous models are for the future. So, I mean, this is massive. And really, TAO is the king of AI cryptos. We see here at the rate we're going, 600 plus this year is on the cards, which, by the way, I mentioned on a price prediction last week. I could see $700 to $1,000 this year whenever it comes to TAO, especially if Bitcoin can participate in a little bit of activity, right? I mean, if Bitcoin was to go to like 85 this year, I think Bittensor TAO easily hits that $600 mark that Crypto Tony is pointing out here. And also, this is a big slap in the face to a lot of people who don't believe in decentralization or crypto. Obviously, if you watch this channel, you definitely do believe in decentralization and crypto. If you're watching this video, you probably believe in Bittensor TAO, or you like what Nvidia is doing and the CEO is looking into it, so you're a little bit interested, right? But to all the crypto is useless people, please see below. I mean, it is a massive thing for the CEO of Nvidia to see the value in decentralization and the future training of autonomous models. So we have people saying, hey, what is it going to take for TAO to run here? We got decentralized infra outperforming centralized, which is exactly what they were just talking about. Agents flooding the ecosystem, governments fighting over AI control with Anthropic. We have Grayscale, which has a literal Bittensor TAO fund dedicated to their investment portals. And also subnets are making global headlines and turning a profit. All of the pieces of the puzzle are about to be in place, and they absolutely are. Now, you might be wondering, for TAO, I think this is incredible. I mean, this is the layer where other decentralized projects are going to flock to, because the CEO of Nvidia is literally here talking about what Templar is doing. So this is the subnet 3 that Chamath asks about. It is Templar. So as you can see here, this thing's running like crazy. Over the course of the month, this thing's up 262%. And next week, we're going to do a dedicated subnet video and show you guys exactly how to kind of decipher through which are the best overall subnets and the ones you want to place your money into. Because yes, look, Bittensor TAO is a great investment, and I think that that's not going anywhere. But if you were to look at the Bittensor TAO ecosystem, these coins run insanely hard whenever you see Bittensor, the main ecosystem token, do a 50% gains. These coins are doing 100, 200% gains. So you can see here, Templar is up 262% this month. And this also will prompt me to do a Bittensor TAO subnet dedicated video. And as Templar points out here, they were talking about the decentralized AI training Covenant 72B, and what they're doing is a pretty crazy technical accomplishment. It's 72 billion parameters, not 4, trained permissionally across 70 contributors on commodity internet, the largest model ever pre-trained on fully decentralized infrastructure. Jensen's answer is worth hearing too. So look, a lot is going down on Bittensor. I think that this bodes very well for the price action this year. And also, most importantly, you have to consider whenever people that are maybe looking into building decentralized AI, whenever they're looking for a place to call home, Bittensor is going to be their home. Like, they're going to flock to the network that is building some of the best tech in decentralized models, which is what is happening at Templar, which is Subnet 3, and all the different subnets that are building tremendous products on top of the biggest AI decentralized layer in the world, which is Bittensor TAO. So I think this is great for network adoption for Bittensor. I think AI and AI startups that are looking for a home in a decentralized world, I think they're going to flock to Bittensor here. The awareness is there. We see how bullish, Jensen is on the fact of these decentralized, open source, trained autonomous models. Look, I think this bodes very well for the price action. I do agree with Tony. I think 600 is in the cards this year. My bullish target would be 700 to 1,000, especially if Bitcoin can have its own run. And like I said, next week, we will talk about dedicated to Bittensor subnets. Which one should you have your eye on, especially if you want to just allocate like a couple percentage of your portfolio underneath your TAO position into a few of these? I think it is worth your while. And some of these projects are legitimately game changing. It's awesome to see. If you enjoyed the video today, guys, be sure to drop down below, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more. We're coming at you every single week around crypto, alpha in the markets, current events, news, Bittensor TAO, everything you need to know to win in these markets. We have you covered here on In the Game. As always, like the video, subscribe down below. Let me know your thoughts on Bittensor TAO, Templar, the subnets, anything regarding TAO and its ecosystem. And I will see you guys on Monday. As always, play well, my friends, trade responsibly, and of course, trade responsibly and stay bullish, my friends.